Hello everyone, welcome to Engineering and Economy. I'm Dr. Nathan. Today we are going to discuss about on-grid power system. In the modern power system, we have two basic systems that is called on-grid system. First one is on-grid system and another one is off-grid system. So today we are going to discuss about the on-grid system. So on-grid system means we have a small power system in our house. That power system is connected with the grid. So usually grid works as a backup. So here if you look at this picture, we have a solar panels and we have a MPPT charge controller and inverter. Basically inverter we have here and the energy meters, and we have the grid supply. So this is usually the method of functioning is that during the daytime the solar PV will generate power. That power will come to the inverter and convert into AC and supply to the house. And during the night time or during the time where sunlight is not available, the grid will supply the necessary power to the house. So that's a very simple setup, and we can have a different type of energy resources as well, like a small wind turbine or some other some mini hydro power plant. So if any other generation also possible for this on-grid system. But basically in majority of cases we go with the solar PV system, because solar PV system is easily installable, easily can be uh, uh, compared to other resources, is much less investment and easily available. So okay, so look at another diagram here. We have is a same thing. You can have, when you search on grid system in the Google, you can have lots of diagrams come with a solar panels, an inverter, an energy meter, and a grid and house. So if it's a sun radiation is very good, and the power will come to the house. And if you have excess power generated during the daytime, that power will export to the grid. Okay, and if the power is not enough, the power generated by solar panels is not enough, then the grid will supply the additional power to the house. So this is a very simple setup where we can utilize full potential of the solar panels. Okay, so some people, they also like to have a battery with a on-grid system. So battery is not necessary for the on-grid system, because on-grid itself, the grid is our backup. If you look at this, the grid actually play as your backup. Grid become your backup. Actually grid is your backup. So battery is not necessary, but because of energy saving energy, and you can earn some money by exporting the energy when the peak demand period. There are a lot of benefits of having the battery in terms of cost, in terms of earning money. So there are different tariff system in developed countries. There are different tariff system where if you export power to the grid during the peak hours, you will earn uh, more money. So so if you look at the on-grid system together with the battery, also is possible. It's up to the customer want. Okay, so so basically the on-grid system, the we have a backup as a grid connection. So we no need to worry about power interruption, because in the daytime solar PV will supply the power to the house. Okay, this is the what will happen in the daytime. Okay, during the night time grid will supply the power to the house. Okay, and if you have a battery, that the both grid energy or solar PV energy can be stored in the battery. So here we use a hybrid solar PV inverters. You can watch a future video about the inverters, especially that video will again tell about why we are using hybrid inverter here, because this particular battery can be charged by both by the grid supply as well as the solar PV supply, which is come from the inverter. The energy come from the inverter. So both is possible because of we having a hybrid inverter. Okay, that we will look later. Look at those things later. Now we are going to understand what is this on-grid system. So if it is off-grid system that is not connected to the grid, simple. Off-grid mean there's no grid. On-grid mean there is a grid. So on-grid system also called as a grid-tied solar system. Okay, grid-tied. These are the technical words. Why I am keep highlighting these technical words, because when you read the articles or the other YouTube videos, you can quickly understand what they are talking about. Grid-tied system. So these system do not need, actually do not need a battery, but battery is optional. Okay, so it's connected to the utility grid. So utility grid is working as a backup. Okay, usually when we have a solar PV system, we our ultimate aim is to satisfy our total demand by whatever solar panels generating the power generated by solar. The on-grid system is designed to first allow solar energy to be consumed by the customer. So first preference is solar energy to be consumed by the customer. Okay. Then if the customer need excess energy during the daytime, let's say whatever our solar panels is producing, that is not enough to power the house, then the grid will supply the additional power to the house. So we are taking the grid as a granted for these online or on-grid system. Whenever we need, we are asking the grid to supply the power. And similarly, when we have excess power generated by solar PV, after we use for our house, if still we have excess power, we can export to the grid. So that is an important advantage of an on-grid system. So you're going to use solar PV energy 100% because you are going to use to your house, let's say 80% energy. Rest of the 20% of energy you are going to sell it to the grid. So whenever its excess is available, it can be sold to the uh, grid. That is not possible in the off-grid system. Okay. So net meter is as a device record the supply to the grid and energy drawn from the grid. So usually the net energy meters are recording how much you are consuming from the grid, how much you are exporting to the grid. So at the end of the month, that the based on that record, you will get the energy bills. So investment return is high. So there's one of the main advantage here is a return is high because you have a backup uh, grid supply. So you're not going to install a large batteries or anything. So your installation is only about the solar panels and inverters and other equipments like charge controllers, all sort of things. So basically, your total investment is minimized when you go for uh, on-grid system. Okay, so most cost effective than the off-grid system. So on-grid system is most cost effective than the off-grid system, and the installation cost compared to other type of solar PV system is less. And one more important thing, you can use the 100% of solar energy because you can export whatever excess available to the grid. When we have excess solar power, we can export to the grid. This is not possible in the off-grid system. Where off-grid system, we'll learn in the video about the off-grid system. So on-grid system, we have a grid backup. So in that case, the economically feasible and for investment point of view, return on investment is 3 to 5 years. Okay, that's all for today video. Thank you very much, and please subscribe this channel and support me to provide more such videos. Thank you.